Crop Life Retail Week, sponsored by Valent. Hello again. This is Paul Schrimpf, joined by Eric Sfiligoj here together again. We've been all over the place.
You were summertime. We're busy. Yeah.
Yeah, you were at MACA doing your thing at the Mid America Crop Life Association.
Maggie. You were at Farm Progress. I mean, we've been places. So
it's been busy. Well, most recently this week, I got to go to Las Vegas and spend a couple of days with the drone enthusiasts at Interdrone, and was really interesting. It's still just a slice of what we do in agriculture, but there's certainly a lot of interest among the folks in that are kind of working at professional drone side. The conference had probably 2,000 to 3,000 people. I may be estimating that. I'm not sure, just because I didn't get to some of the general sessions. But I spent a lot of time just sitting in a booth and having people come up to us, which is great. I mean, I think I talked to folks from probably a dozen countries. Argentina, Denmark, a couple on the Asian side, China, Japan. They're all, to some degree, interested in agriculture and how drones might work. And there are also a lot of places where drones are way far advanced from where we have in the U.S. So made some really good connections, and we should be getting some good stories out of that over the next couple of months.
Well, and I know one of our staff members, Matthew Grassi, the field editor, is actually a big proponent of UAVs and has one or two himself. So.
Yeah, he's going for his drone pilot's license here. If it isn't soon, if it isn't this weekend, I think it's in the next couple of weeks. So we may be using him for drone flights here at some future upcoming trips. So we're going to take a break now and have a word from our sponsor, and we'll be right back with Eric's perspectives after this.
You know, one of the big things that we were looking for was better fungicide, soil-borne disease control. Manchego Sweet offered excellent control of Pythium, Phytophthora, Fusarium, and Rhizoctonia is the main reason that we went with the product.
The reason we used it was the previous years that we had really good results, so we decided that it got good stand and good emergence, and it ended up with a really good yield. So we decided to put all our acres to Manchego Sweet.
Well, welcome back. I know coming back to the office this morning, I figured that we talk a little bit about mergers and acquisitions and what's going on, and sure enough, there's a lot going on. So Eric, take it away.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. We know we've been following the ongoing effort by Bayer to acquire Monsanto, and we found out this morning that Bayer has decided to up its offer to Monsanto from $125 per share to $127.50 per share. Monsanto hasn't responded as we're recording this, so we're not quite sure if they think that is a sweet enough deal for them at this point. I know some analysts are still thinking a price per share around $130, $135 would be probably more to their liking, but again, we'll have to wait and see what happens there. And the other one that kind of snuck up on us, Paul, but actually sounds like might be a little further along than most people think. Potash and Agrium are talking about getting together in a merger of equals. As you may remember, back in 2010, Potash was a takeover target of an Australian mining company. The Canadian government did not approve that deal, so it never went down. But since this deal, if it would be Potash and Agrium, or two Canadian companies getting together, most analysts say that the Canadian government will not stand in their way. So we may see a big fertilizer merger coming down here by the end of the year.
Wow. I didn't necessarily see that one coming, but very interesting. Well, that's it for this edition of Retail Week. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.